Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Okay. So, if you remember, a whole thing happened last time. A whole thing happened. If you missed it, you'll have to go back and watch it. But we basically saved the day by sacrificing Iggy into a big hole. Oh man, it was just crazy nuts. Let's see if there's anything else we can go back and do. We've done fight and flight. We've done shame. We've done tickle and strange. We've done those ones. We've done those ones. We could go back to here, fire and ice. I'm gonna go back to fire and ice. Began to hum.
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother.
I hope we find out what happened to his mum. I hope we find that.
Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud.
This game is amazing, I tell you.
Gran lowered the torch, listening closely.
Is she even really Granny though? We could easily be near the end of it, but we could also be hours away still. Yeah, I know. I was trying to think of something else we could play after this. I'm hoping that we've got another couple of hours left, to be honest.
As
yeah, is that even Granny?
Slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together.
Is that even his Granny though? We still don't know.
She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out.
Aww. I'm hoping we've got like at least an hour
steps
left.
toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along. Nope.
Yeah, I've got to remember to do the voices. Crikey, Nora. This is lovely.
Luca lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
Maybe, what if Granny isn't his Granny, it's his mother, but really old? How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. Buckaroo? The only people who call me that are my dad and your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly.
Is that actually his mum that old?
He could just make out the impression of a familiar face. He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees.
his mum this entire time?
Something about her was undeniably his mother. Only smaller, older, changed.
I might cry. Mom? Oh, this is lovely. Didn't take me long. How long have we been streaming for? We've been playing for like 10 minutes and already I'm like blubbing. That's right, buckaroo. Mom!
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother.
How?
They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Oh. Eleanor? I thought you were gone. You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd have pieced it together by now. You were exposed. Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? Oh. She's been smoking 60 a day since the day she left by the sounds of it. I know, this is so sad. It tore me up, Luca, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You can't buy time-traveling cigarettes anymore. You could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. And what do we do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
Oh. They can't be stopped. This is too big. I've forgotten how to do all the voices. I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
Oh, is that what her own voice? Oh, wow. I'm sorry, I've been doing it all wrong. No more lies. I see now. There's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold, hard truth.
Luca gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got the party to crash. Oh, man. This game gets me right in the feels. God damn it. I don't understand. He always wins. Oh, how am I doing? I'm good. I'm very tired today. Still recovering from the weekend, I think. Still recovering. Very tired, very cozy. Struggling not to fall asleep, as you can see. But I'm good. You don't understand. He always wins. Right.
Chapter
we've done that.
9.
Chapter 9. Oi.
The devil you know.
Okay.
7 months ago.
Oh, flashback. Flashback.
Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest.
We're getting a flashback.
She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant.
Ah.
It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus Liquamen. There were dozens of them, every one stamped failed.
Oh.
Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
Oh no. Oh no, okay. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I'm tickled pink that we'll all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar! Excuse me? I will not! This town has a dangerous secret, and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they could clean up this place. We just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated... Mrs. Hartford, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you too. You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please? Don't you all see? This festival is a sham. An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I'm Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just sneaky as the dickens? We all know Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable, so that she can get the help she needs. She's not the only one who's disturbed. Can't figure out Nuncreed's voice today. You two-timing clown. Two-timing clown? You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is... What the heck? That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncrete's face.
So, if Eleanor can be old, why can't Valentine be young? He's not really a kid. He's not really a kid, right? I'm onto something here. Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncrete's face. Huh? Yes, sir. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. Ah, the ever-tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn. You've been quite the thorn in my side. Like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party. But alas, I expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr. Yes, sir. It's a shame that it was cut short, but I thank you for that rousing oratory. I will take it from here. Yes, sir, of course, sir. You've done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can all call me Sharper Valentine. Fucking knew it.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Are you okay there, hun?
A hushed horror gripped the crowd. This is a story about change.
What the heck? Tuna Fish, welcome. How did your You Suck at Parking stream go? How was it? What? No! Ah, so you didn't see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, some may say that I sucked at parking. Yeah, I also thoroughly suck at parking. Even more so with the Twitch integration. It was good fun though, I had a lot of fun. Yeah, me too. I couldn't really think of any feedback to give them though, because my brain is just mush this week apparently. Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Well, maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. The Sharper Valentine Festival. Wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard! I'm glad you're back so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again.
Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr.
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward!
Does anyone else have something to contribute?
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give. The opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered. To say I am disappointed would be an understatement. But I... Silence, Augustus. An adult is speaking. I don't know which is worse, a son who is completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Heiress, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, You've been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focusing on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where is Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Ah, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. Nonsense, the people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because he left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter, cheer up. You are about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again! And I am willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty.
Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of the perennial harvest?
You think that puffed up blatherskite could have accomplished all of this? Dawn, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow, you've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Montesquieu, thespian extraordinaire, at your service. Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime.
Wait, so this Bilko was a Pat C the whole time?
And now that your secret is out in the open, what's to stop this town from rising up against you? Oh, that is the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears the most. And I'll make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. The young hero. I've been keeping an eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. But that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have one. Never underestimate what a great man can do given time. And now, time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought. But well worth it. Ha!
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Oh, you love the voices. I try. I enjoy doing them. It's just remembering the voices from last week is not a thing. Not a thing I'm good at. Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles. Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we? And being the villain is always the best.
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end.
Oh, what a crappy end. We don't like that ending, do we?
This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now.